welcome to Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks, are y'all gaming? I'm Coney, and I'm here with TK. Hope you guys are all doing well.
Juicing.
Yeah, he's juicing, bro. I tried to tell him to stop. I told him to get off the stuff. He won't do it.
No, I
Stop
can see
doing it,
everything now.
man. People care about you.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, welcome. So yeah, today we got some pretty cool stuff to talk about. It's mostly just everything we came back from, but I hope you guys are doing well. Tony, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I beat Donkey Kong today, finally. Spent some time
Mm-hmm.
finally knocking that game out because I've been sitting on it for a while. I was at the feast layer for a long time, which is 1400, and everybody's like, dude, you're basically at the end. So,
dude, I feel like, did you also feel like it maybe went like 2 layers too deep?
yeah, but I also think it, like, I don't know. I'm going to talk about it more tonight. So I'm reviewing it tonight. I'm going to bring it up on stream and, like, actually do, like, the normal review thing that I do. And, like, chat might be able to influence me on my thoughts if I'm wrong or if it's, like... But I have my feelings about it. I will say the ending both delighted me, I was chuffed to bits, and also pissed me off beyond measure. Like, both of those things were true, and I'll explain why tonight.
Okay. Well, I will not be there, so I would like you to give me a sampler. But at the same time,
I'll give you a bit.
I feel as though I think it was 1 layer too deep, or maybe 2 layers too deep. I feel as though the novelty of smashing through everything wore off, like at the 10-hour mark.
Yep.
Like, and then you get the elephant, and then it like kind of comes back because you're like, oh, I'm omega super powerful now. But then even that wears off because like, okay, yeah, right. So then, I'm like, all right, I'm about to speed through. So I sped through like the last layer or two, and then we got to the good layer, like the thing where the game flipped, and I was like, ooh, and then that was fun, and I feel like that brought me back enough to want to do some of the post game stuff.
Sure.
But then some of the post game stuff still requires you to do stuff that you were doing throughout the entire game. So I'm like already burnt out about that.
Right.
So overall, I think it's a solid game. It's a great game for the Switch 2. Like I think if you at this point in time, if you have a Switch 2, you definitely should have Donkey Kong. But I feel like if you get Switch 2 2 years from now and it has a bunch of games, this is not a game that I'm going to be like recommending you need to play, unless you're like a super Donkey Kong fan. I personally still think that Odyssey is probably going to hold up better.
Oh, no question.
Run.
Yes.
I know a lot of people are like, Odyssey ain't got. I'm like, you're nostalgia posting, or you're not nostalgia posting. You're new age posting. Like, like when you played Odyssey and the movement and the clarity of the levels and like all that good stuff, it feels more cohesive than me going around and be like, oh, I see a banana glowing through the floor. Let me just suck the whole world up. Like that's
right.
Like not even Kirby gets that type of luxury, and that's his main power. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I
feel like, because I was thinking a lot about it, and I have a long written up review that I have on my other monitor that I'm just basically rambling. I'm just spitballing. But I think one of the biggest things is like, bananas are not tied to progression. So there is no reason to like get the bananas other than fun.
Well, hold on now.
What?
Hold on now.
What?
Because they are tied to leveling up, which is still some level of progression. Now, it may not be tied to like you need 30 bananas to move to the next area. Like I get that, but I really liked powering up my Donkey Kong stuff. So like I don't know, maybe we're just different on that aspect, but like there is a noticeable difference when you power up certain things for sure.
I liked it to a point. I liked it up until like I got like 8 upgrades, and then I was like, you could get an egg bomb for the bird. I'm like, when am I ever gonna use like? I felt like the animal powers. I don't need to upgrade these. They're not. I use the animal powers for their secret animal rooms and no more. And like, other than the elephant, who is like absurdly strong, but it's just like I don't know. I felt like the skill tree was largely just I ignored it. Like, I got the thing that made it so you could see collectibles inside with the clap or whatever, but then I'm just mashing the R button looking for stuff. I don't know, man. I felt like if you're going to tie the main collectible to skill tree progression, you need cool stuff on the skill tree, not just, like, more health, more range on clap. I don't know. I felt like the whole game was just A to B. I didn't really take in a lot of it. I'll give the rest of my thoughts later, but it's a very good game. It is a very good game. I'm not trying to say that it's not, but yeah.
That low key might be a you thing though, if I'm being honest, man.
The
Like
skill tree?
the skill tree thing might be a you thing because I feel like you just don't see
No.
the benefit of doing that stuff. But it was beneficial. Like getting the like extra range on your clap so you can see stuff from way further away. Everything the elephant did was like amazing.
But
I don't
you
really
get
care too
more
much about the egg.
clap.
Yeah, the egg sucked.
You
Huh?
just get more clap distance to find more collectibles to upgrade your skill
Yes.
tree to not do anything. All you're
Yes.
doing is upgrading
Well,
health.
no.
That's
Because
it.
what if you're a dresser? What if you're a 100%er? That's just not you. You don't do none of
I
that.
am a 100%er. That's the thing.
Okay, well then this should be right up your alley.
No, but it doesn't change anything. The skill tree doesn't adjust. It's like skill trees that are like 2% crit chance. Like what I when it's a Nintendo game.
It was not that bad. Like now you're just
It was.
2% is crazy.
Some of these were ass. I just don't cuz
Some
like
of some of them are indeed ass, but I feel like if you're gonna like the anything related to health is good. You get an extra whole heart. I'm telling you, with the maximum distance, you can increase your distance by like 300%. Like that's pretty
but
good
that's
distance
to
increase.
get more collectibles like you don't get any gameplay benefit. You get more collectibles to upgrade the skill tree more. Right? You get what I'm saying?
What gameplay benefit are you looking for?
I don't know a triple jump. I don't want a triple jump,
Mm.
but like something that changes the game, that affects the game in a fundamental level. I don't like it. It feels like this stuff doesn't change anything, and because that, it all just bleeds into like I'm still just smashing rocks, right? Like I could just sit there and just smash the Y button. I don't know, man.
But you're smashing rocks faster now, and that
That was
is
true.
part of
Yes,
skill tree
actually,
benefit. Yes.
like powering up the punch. That I think it was powering up the punch and HP. Those are the two that you need. Everything else is just like an item in Zelda. Yeah, like something that feels like it changes the way the game is played, and like the elephant does that because you suck up all that, right? But
Yeah.
like if the main
The other ones
collectible,
definitely don't matter. The
no,
other ones that like I feel like I think that's why they put the elephant so late. But like yeah,
what
once
the
you
fuck
get
does
like
the snake
I think
do?
the snake
Like
yeah the snake is the last one, and I feel like that literally is just for snake puzzles. But like going around the overworld, I think I only really ever used uh the elephant and then Kong Bonanza. The what was that? The zebra was like good for its zone. I never need to go that fast. I didn't even feel like I was going that much faster. I think he's just lighter.
yeah.
But if I'm trying to get some done, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'll talk about it more tonight. I'm gonna review it on stream.
Yeah.
I got my review scale up. And maybe I'm wrong, but I mean I'll talk to chat, see if I was wrong. But the game kinda I will say the ending annoyed me. Let's say. It was amazing, but it annoyed me, and I can tell you why off stream, but I'm gonna talk about it tonight and I don't want to spoil anything. So anyway, welcome to Y'all Gaming. We're gonna talk about other stuff too. But Donkey Kong, good game. Fun game. I saw what you meant about like the last few levels. By the way, as I was playing, I was like, okay, this is it. Like keeps you.
Yeah,
hooked
like
back
if the game was more of that, I think I would have been super on board. But like, yeah, just after like smashing through 15 layers of dirt and then being annoyed of it by like layer 7, I was just like, bro, like I'm about to speed through. Anyway,
the game gets so linear at the end. I'm like, oh wait, this is kind of cool. Like it's like I have an objective. It's fun, and then it's like, oh well, that could have been the whole game. Anyway, okay, yes, let's talk about other stuff.
Supernova. We came back from Supernova. It was great. I don't know if you guys are all smashers or if you're just most of you probably have at least have dabbled in some Smash at some point in time. Otherwise, I have no idea how you knew us.
Nope.
But yeah, like I think I just had a great time there. Like we did Supernova, we did the Coney Fest, we did the talent show, did some karaoke. Top 8 was pretty good outside of the one little mishap with Anand, but that seems to be sorted out for them.
Sure.
They just are like, yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing. And there really wasn't anything super negative I feel like I had to say about Supernova. Now there's a bunch of drama on the timeline, but that was already covered in the video that I've covered that should be going out tonight, hopefully, Nia Rett.
Yeah.
But yeah, just overall I had a good experience. I know I said that like we won another award and on the Smashy is back there somewhere, I think. Can y'all see
W
it?
Smashies.
Yep, there it is.
I see
there. But Um, just yeah, like I feel like I do have like maybe like one or two more. I mean, because like I mean, I keep coming here and like even though I think the more I am having more fun doing the not Smash related stuff at SmashCon than the Smash related stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So karaoke is
Yeah.
dope. I love doing Coney Fest. Talent show was great, but I just don't. Don't really see myself sitting down and playing no casuals anytime soon, or like so. I don't know. It's just different. It's just different now.
Yeah. I think Smash is just at a lull. I think it's just like, and I don't think it's necessarily like Smash in general. I think if a new game came out, we would be excited. We would be jumping all
Yeah.
over it and seeing what happens and like catching the competition. It's just 8 years in, right? Well, eight, is it eight? 2018? 7 years in almost. In December, it'll be 7. Um, Game's just old, man. And it's the natural progression of every game. It's how things go. But I feel the same way. It's like I feel bad because I'm still doing top 4 and I don't want to like take that seat from somebody who's like thrilled about it, right? But um I just think this game unfortunately has been around for a while. We've seen most of what there is to see. Um and I do think, Japan, the rise of Japan doesn't mean that they're not skilled, doesn't mean that we shouldn't celebrate them, but it's like we know them less. We don't know the players, we don't know the storylines. I don't keep up as much, and that's my fault. I'm not blaming other people, but like I just feel less in touch with the scene. So yeah, I kind of use Supernova as sort of my ground for the stuff that I'm doing. I'll watch Smash. I love watching it, but like I don't know if you noticed, but the big crowd reactions that seem to happen every Supernova, every big set, there were like 4, I think, this year. I remember the
Hmm.
crowd like popping off and going crazy maybe like 4 times over 3 days, which is not a lot. Um it used to be the crowd was like on fire the whole time because the sets were just hot and heavy. Everybody was showing off new stuff. Just the nature of competitive games.
Yeah, and I mean, I also think I heard some of the stream runners were putting some matches up there too. So like, hey man,
Well,
hey, like you've got to know that ending a block with we're starting a block with like Wrath and and what's bro name who did the backflip, Chag.
Chag, yeah.
Love Chag, love Chag. Have no issue with Wrath either as a person. Will never have an issue with any of these people
Of
as people,
course.
but you've got to know that his play style is going to be one of those ones. Like, come on,
Yes.
man. Like those are all Sonics, except for apparently Hurt Sonic because that was crazy. Are banished to the side stream. Like, let's put some Roys on here. Let's put some
Yeah.
some foxes, some spaceys or something. You know what I mean? But uh, we just never get that type of deal though. But hey, I mean, I just said overall, like I really enjoyed it. Like I like coming back. I like being able to see my friends that I don't get to see too often because I don't really live in Maryland anymore.
Sure.
You don't really get a chance to go out and like to locals and stuff. So I'm sure people are excited to see you as well.
Yep.
EE doesn't live there anymore either, and yeah, it's just I mean overall a good time. I think you know I think there were some grievances about SmashCon that me, you, and EE will probably never have to deal with because they hit us up so early or whatever.
Of course, yeah.
But that is, because we were grandfathered into that. We've been to every SmashCon. We supported it before we got paid, all that stuff. Like it's easier to be like, we got to get those guys back because not only are we commentating, we're doing extra stuff, so we're part of the programming, so they have to make sure all that's locked down.
Yeah.
But I did see some grievances about, people getting hit up late or not hit up at all, or like and that sucks. But that is, I don't know if that's part of growing pains or if that's just something that the team needs to address and kind of be more on top of next year, which I hope they do because I would hate to see SmashCon start to get like tainted over, logistic stuff.
I mean, I don't know, bro. If you haven't heard back from the event by a certain period of time, just assume you're not going. I don't know why. Like they should hit you back up, but like I also think that all of this outrage on the timeline is a little silly. Um, Casters are extremely dispensable, man. Like I don't.
But it's not just casters though. Apparently, it's like booth people. Like I'm juicing by the
Okay,
way. I
well,
didn't know. I was like, I'm on my.
juice
Hold
up.
on, let me just. It's the booth people.
That's a little
Who are trying to
different,
get their
sure.
booths that like they kind of get told they are or not going like and like I can agree with it like if I didn't hear within 2 weeks I should just kind of assume but like it shouldn't have to get to that. Like I should just be able to get a resounding no from you. You know what I mean?
I
But
agree in a perfect world, but like I think this stuff kind of falls through the cracks, and I agree that like Supernova is a super major. It is the premier tournament in a lot of ways, so it should be held to a higher standard. Don't get me wrong, I'm not disagreeing about that. It's just like if it's okay, is anybody being contacted like a week before getting told yes? Like I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, but that would suck. Like,
That's what I'm
hey
saying.
man,
Like
you're accepted. Hope you can get out here. Like,
exactly. Like I feel like everybody that got accepted got told yes before and you just didn't get a no. And if you didn't get a no, that obviously is on the logistics, but like that's a very simple problem to fix. Just be like, "Yeah, you're not coming this year." Apparently they did have rejection letters. They just maybe didn't send them to everybody. Um I I don't know. I feel like maybe it's because I've been behind the scenes and I've like seen the people. I just don't think it's worth all this grief. Um, it feels
yeah,
like it's unnecessary. Booth people are different, obviously, because they're running a business. I think casters are extremely dispensable, and whether or not you're going to work an event is not who cares. Like it doesn't. It's not a reflection on your talent or your ability. It's just sometimes it doesn't work out. Um, doesn't mean that you should know more better or know sooner, but like I think it I don't think we need to go on this big crusade about it. That's all.
I feel that. Uh, but at SmashCon or
And
Supernova,
to
as
be
we as
fair,
we
I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I don't know what the communications
I
was
just, I
like or
mean,
anything.
I
I
truly
don't.
think that sometimes Justin kind of spaces, like just from
Yeah.
talking to him, he probably just kind of spaces. But my biggest thing was I don't want it all to just be thrown at Fabs or not Fabs, Scabs. Like he was the one
Right.
that was like, Justin was like, all right, here, handle this, and it was like all April, and he was like, yeah, I'll get to it, and then it was like July 1st or July 30th, and he's like, oh, like I gotta send this out, like. No, no, no. I think it really starts from the top, and he just happens to be the guy that you all know as the commentary coordinator. So then people are like, Scabs did this, Scabs did that. But I know Scabs personally, and I know that like he definitely tries to be on top of things if he can. Sometimes it's just out of your hands. That's just how like I don't want to say a top down business, but like yeah, basically top down business. Like if the person at the top is the one that has to give me the info that I need to do my job, but the person
Right.
at the top is not doing it, then like that's on the top side of things more so than what I can do. And the only thing I can do is try to like, put a little fire under them and be like, hey, people are
Mhm.
getting upset. I would like to be able to calm that if you could just give me some info that I could work with. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Right.
And
I
I'm sure it's not all Justin. I'm sure there's more people than just him,
of
but
course.
he is the person I know that owns SmashCon.
Yeah, it becomes like I understand there's brain drain in the scene too, where it's like, people who volunteer and do all of this work to do stuff just kind of drop out because the pay isn't worth it or commensurate with the effort or whatever. And I do feel like Scabs is like, I don't know how much he's gonna do it. Um, what's it called? I know that Raffle Fox is dropping off here too. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't know. It's a complicated issue, obviously. We've talked about it a million times. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. But I great event. I love Supernova year after year. It's a very good time.
All right. And then at Supernova, we were uh doing the County Fest, and I just wanted to run down every game that was at County Fest and what did you think about them?
Yeah, I talked about it on stream the other night. Coney Fest was great. Mario Kart World was way more difficult than I thought it should have been to put together.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm. Unfortunate.
yeah, I mean the land thing is so we were gonna do the wireless and we had a bunch of different backup plans, but by that point we had already bought the routers and the Ethernet cables so we had to link everything together. By the way, I really want to shout out the team that put all this together because they worked very hard to try to make this happen. And it did start late, but that wasn't just because of that. I think the bracket bled into like 5:45.
Mm.
So we didn't get those tables until later, so it was really like an hour delay. Nintendo Land sucks. What can you do? Mario Kart World was pretty good. Ran through pretty quick. Bomberman's great, very easy, right?
Banger
Simple.
game.
It's
Banger
always
game.
fun to
Yep.
watch. Is intrinsically great. Um, Pokken was I wanted it to be more fun to watch. I hadn't seen it before, and I was like, "Oh, a fighting game with Pokemon. This might be fun." I think it's because of the split screen layout, which I thought was a bummer.
Hmm.
And we could have fixed that with land, but after the Mario Kart thing, I was like, I'm not touching that. We'll
I'm not even. Yeah.
don't even
Well,
worry
I
about
think
it.
also too, Pokken requires that's like not a pick up and play game, like
Mm,
for fun at least. I think there's you have to know a little something about it, and because of the two phases, and there's the buttons correspond to different things and stuff. But then like not knowing any combos, like I'm fine with that, I guess. But there was a lot of times, so like because nobody knew this, there was a lot of times in field phase you have like your specials, your heavy,
yeah,
and your light attacks, which are like your homing attacks. Uh, and you would see like the person run all the way across the screen and do like one kick. It's a combo. You got to do the whole combos.
right, yeah,
So they get the homing attack and they get the first hit, and then they'd be like, "I'm here now," and it's like, "Well, we could have went into dual phase after that," and that's a
right.
little unfortunate. Um, but yeah, I feel like if you're someone who doesn't know what's going on, it is hard to explain. Or if you're someone who doesn't know what's going on and you're someone who doesn't really care about Pokemon, I think it's like hard to get someone invested into that game, for sure.
I thought the nonsense of it would be fun because it does keep shifting perspectives and there are crazy moves. And I was like, all right, this might be fun for me to watch, but somehow it just didn't quite hit. It was still fun and good
Yeah.
enough, but I thought it would be like over the top, silly, goofy, dumb bullshit, and it just wasn't. But it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I did like that Sceptile when he figured out the one button. Shit.
Other yeah, yeah, that one was
That's
fun.
my. He was doing it up. So good stuff for him. But yeah,
Um, Mario Baseball was a banger, and I knew it would be. Like I wanted to pick everything past the Wii. I knew would be good. One of the games was disappointing because the setup wasn't quite what I wanted, but we didn't have time to fix it. So, um, yeah. So Mario Baseball, I knew would hit, and it did. It was amazing. Probably the best game of the whole event. That was awesome. I could have watched 8
yeah,
more hours of that.
great.
Time Splitters was next, and I think that if it went the way I wanted, it would have been great. Um, the whole point of that is it was supposed to be 4v4, and I wanted to recreate the GoldenEye game from last year. And like it was supposed to be 4v4, and if you got second place after 5-10 minutes, then you go into a 1v1 duel. And I thought that'd be very fun to watch, like first to 5 kills on a duel. Um, but we were running out of time, and the TOs like I didn't tell them how to turn off bots because we didn't research it, look enough at it. So the bots were on, so it just became like chaos, like the 4 players just running
Time
around with
Splitters
bots.
was GameCube.
Yes, yeah,
Okay, I
um,
have a suggestion for next year
yeah. Is it
to
custom
keep the.
robo?
Oh, I mean, no,
Okay,
but that would have been a good one.
I thought you were gonna say
Um,
custom robo.
no, it's actually. I mean, do you want me to say it? Because like I feel like we're supposed to be. There's like 85 people here.
Go
Whatever.
ahead.
It was Star Fox Assault.
Sure.
That you keep the 4v4. It's characters people know. It's a more interesting version of uh their multiplayer,
Sure.
because now you have on foot, you got the tank, the R wing, all that good stuff, and yeah, you still get to keep your 4v4. So like I don't know, man. It's an idea.
A
That's all
long
I'm
time
saying.
ago, for the first thing, I had the idea of Star Fox 64, which I think is the same.
Mm,
But Assault might be better. It just depends on like, do I have a 64 game? Do I have that? I wanted to do Conker's Bad Fur Day because that game is some of the best multiplayer on the 64. But I watched it back again recently, and good lord, it runs bad, like bad, bad. Um,
there's a bunch like that because I would be like, let's do Snowboard Kids. Snowboard Kids is shit's not
Hideous.
optimized past two people.
Yeah,
Like
it's hideous.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed with how Time Splitters went, but like it was always going to be a gamble, whatever. It's fine. Then we did N64, which was No Mercy, which was awesome. For some reason, I was hoping that the players would like explore more, like figure out how to do like get weapons or do moves or whatever, but like they were really just punching and kicking, which was funny in and of itself. But like, I think maybe I assumed that they would have a little bit more familiarity with that. It was still very funny. Great game. Ninja Turtles was, I thought, going to be one of the cool highlights of the event because it shows off a different skill set, which is like beat 'em ups. A lot of people, if you haven't played a bunch, you don't know sort of the soft rules of it, and I thought it'd be very fun to watch people team up for that. The problem, though, is that we only have one Super Nintendo. We were supposed to have two, and they would run side by side so we could see who got further, like, in real time. But we didn't have the second one with us, and it was so late that we couldn't, like, a lot of the booths might have had a Super Nintendo or whatever, but it was so late that nobody had it. It was like, 12 midnight, 1 a.m. So we had to run two games, but the problem is that the games took like 20 minutes each. So it was just watching people run through the game twice, which was okay, but it would have been way better if they were going at the same time, because then you get to compare side by side. You get to look at health. You get to look at other stuff. A little disappointed by that, but it was fine. It was okay. And then the last game was Mario 3, and I got told, actually, 10 minutes before the event ended, they ran up to me. They're like, "We got to get out of here by 2 a.m. We want to put them on World 8 in Mario 3, put them on the tank, and whoever dies first loses. It's an auto-scroller."
Okay.
And I was like, no. These guys have been playing for like 12 hours. They've been waiting or playing for 12 hours. I'm not going to let them die in like 10 seconds. I think that sucks.
Right.
But what I did say, it was supposed to be a 10-minute score challenge, so whoever had a higher score at 10 minutes, I said, I'll make it 5. So we'll lose 5 minutes. That's fine. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. It probably was going to be a runaway anyway. So they did a 5-minute score challenge. It was pretty good. It was fine. I think Coney Fest was very fun in the moment. When I look back, I'm a little disappointed because I think there were a ton of extremely good ideas that didn't quite pan out because of the time crunch, because of the technical stuff. I do think the first one was better. But then again, the first one had kind of a bad ending, if I'm honest. So I'm going to take this data and sort of rework it for next year. I love this event. It's my favorite event each year.
What happened at the end of the last one?
At the end of the last Coney Fest, the last game was WarioWare, and the idea was like, you played through all these different games and different, you've been able to adapt quickly. So here's a game where you have to adapt, within seconds. But one of the players was just way better than the other, so it was a blowout. It was like a 1-10, and the score was like 10-2. So there wasn't a lot of drama. I was hoping that like them getting that far showed that they could pick up games fast, but one of them played WarioWare and the other one didn't. But it was fine. It was just a one-sided finals, which is fine, as opposed to like just kind of boring. Which is how I kind of felt about some of the Coney Fest games this year. But again, it's all data. You take risks. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. I'm still very proud of how things went. I'm super happy with the team. I'm going to do this year after year. It's my favorite event. I love doing this stuff. So
there was I had another suggestion for Super Nintendo. It was just a game I played back. It was like this 2-sided game, and it had like World Cup soccer on it and volleyball on the other side. For not Super Nintendo, for Nintendo, the regular Nintendo. Like Nintendo,
was it the River City Ransom guys?
Yeah, they look
that
like
one.
Yeah. That the volleyball probably will, because I feel like the soccer might take too long, but the volleyball.
Is that the one where you just slam it into people? Just.
Yeah, it's just, bro. It will probably go crazy. So I don't know, man. I definitely like being part of the Coney Fest and stuff.
Sure.
I'm just unfortunate that I'm trying to move over to karaoke on Thursday, so that way maybe I can be like more full time. I guess over there. Because they just keep giving me like one block a day. So I'm like, all right, let me do karaoke on Thursday when everybody still has a voice.
Right.
And then Friday is block, Saturday's talent show, Coney Fest, Sunday's top 8. So
sure,
I would be down.
Hey, you're more than welcome.
We'll see.
And if you want to help me ideate for Coney Fest itself, because like I'm always looking for input or whatever, and like I think this game lineup was great. I think unfortunately some of the things, I'm looking for people who kind of get it, because like some of the suggestions that I had from friends weren't really like, it wouldn't have worked here. Like it has to be a good spectator thing.
Yeah, you want to find something that's like exciting and silly, but also isn't something that like this guy's been labbing in the in the back for like ever. So he's like, oh, Coney fucked up. Like
exactly.
I'm about to,
Has to be simple, and then it also has to be like, fun to watch. Like, it has to be simple, fun to watch, easy to pick up. There's a lot of different things that you can hit. And obviously, if it has a high skill ceiling, like Mario Baseball has a high skill ceiling, but like the floor is like you just wag the remote, right?
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I thought it went great. I'm very happy with it. A little disappointed, like I said, with how some games went, but that's just what happens when like theory becomes reality, right? It's like the stuff that you come up with just kind of gets banged against the real world. And it doesn't always come out how you think, but that's okay. It was still very fun. Everybody had a great time. Everybody said that they loved it, so that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Everybody, make sure you go buy merch. Is it merch store still up?
Merch.coney.gg. Check it out, everybody.
Yeah. Maybe or big. Can you still get big ass t-shirts
You
or
can
big
get
ass
the
shirts?
big ass shirt. It's true, you can.
Hey, get the big ass shirt. It's a good time. Or any of the other shirts, but the big ass shirt. All y'all who've been posting pictures, I've been getting retweeted on my timeline. It's tickling me. So
Yep.
thank you, thank y'all for that. I think that's gonna be it for us. Yeah, I mean, big time, big episode. I mean, it's a little longer than usual, but we'll see if we have something to do next week. I've been playing just Zenless Zone Zero. I really don't think there's much to talk about with that. It's just Genshin,
Sure.
but there is a Battlefield 6. There's a Battlefield 6 beta this weekend. I'm supposed to play it with some of the people from the Throne. So then maybe I can talk about that next week. And figure it out.
I'm trying to get into more games. I finally beat Donkey Kong, so now my backlog kind of opens up. There's a bunch of stuff that's coming out. I'm gonna be playing Dragon Drive tonight. I'm gonna be spending the $20 on that. So,
wait, is it out tonight?
Yep, it's out right now.
I might have to throw the 20, but like, there's no games on this, so you might as well just throw it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think it's gonna be good. It has a 5 at GameSpot and a 6 at IGN. But hey, maybe it's ARMS. I don't know. Maybe there's something to it.
Do I have to do this, or can I play?
No,
with
you do.
Bro?
You have to, which I don't like, but maybe it'll be. If it's funny, I'll do it on YouTube. I get to throw it up on YouTube, but we'll see. So.
All right. Last thing before we go, do I go into the light when I go back here? Because like that light is mad bright.
Oh my God. Goodbye. So long, bro. He's disappearing, bro.
All right. It's been real, y'all.
All right.